An ex-atheist awakens in absolute panic. His hands are shaking. Cold sweat drips down his forehead. He had just witnessed something impossible to explain by science. A vision that would change his life forever. What he saw happening on September 22nd will chill your soul. For 42 years, Marcus rejected any mention of the supernatural. PhD in physics from MIT, university professor, skeptic by nature. But that dawn, something shattered the barriers of his rational mind. A divine force invaded his dreams with a terrifying message. Before we continue this disturbing testimony, make sure you're subscribed to Rapture Whispers. Names have been changed to protect anonymity. And in the comments, tell us which city you're watching from. We want to see how far this revelation is reaching. Marcus always had answers for everything. Equations, formulas, laws of physics. But when his Christian mother died, something strange began to happen. Unexplainable coincidences, repetitive numbers, vivid dreams. It was as if the universe conspired to call him back to the faith he had rejected. His mother was a simple woman, but with unshakable faith. While Marcus studied quantum physics, she prayed in her room for hours. Neighbors say that at 3 a.m. they could still hear her voice pleading, "Lord, don't let my son get lost. Save his soul." She knew something terrible was coming. Marcus mocked his mother's prayers. "Mom, that's superstition. Science has already proven God doesn't exist." But his mother never gave up on her son. She fasted, cried, begged the heavens. Her knees were calloused from praying so much for her rebellious son. It was as if she had a revelation that time was running out. 4 weeks before the apocalyptic dream, his mother unfortunately passed away. Marcus, going through things his mother had left in the house, found an old King James Bible in Mom's attic. Yellowed pages, margin notes in her trembling handwriting. Without understanding why, he opened it exactly to Revelation chapter 11, verse 11. After 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from God entered into them. In the Bible's margins, Marcus found desperate notes from his mother. "Marcus, my son, if you're reading this, time has run out. Jesus is coming back. Please don't be proud." There were circled dates, verses underlined with tears. It was the last appeal from a dying mother for her son's salvation. It was a typical Tuesday when Marcus fell asleep in the lab. Exhausted from calculations, he dozed off over his equations. But what came next was not an ordinary dream. It was a prophetic vision that would shatter his rationalist soul. God himself was about to speak to him. Suddenly, Marcus found himself in a city in total chaos. Cars abandoned on highways, sirens echoing in the distance, people running desperately, screaming the names of loved ones. But what terrified him most was realizing that millions of people had simply disappeared. Marcus ran through empty streets when he saw clothes scattered on the ground, shoes without owners, wedding rings abandoned. Then the terrible truth hit him like lightning. The rapture had happened, and he was left behind. His scientific heart shattered, and he found himself alone in the world. "No, this can't be real," Marcus screamed to the empty skies. Tears of despair rolled down his face. Then a heavenly voice echoed, a voice he recognized. It was his mother's voice, but transformed, glorious. "Son, why did you doubt for so long? I tried to warn you." His mother's voice continued to echo in the vision. "Marcus, my beloved son, I prayed for you until my last breath. God allowed me to warn you one last time." Marcus saw his mother in white robes, radiant, crying tears of compassion. The warning was always before your eyes. The date, September 22nd, 2025. Suddenly, Marcus remembered everything. The numbers 922 appeared constantly. On the clock when he woke up, on traffic signs, in university documents. It was God, through his mother's prayers, trying to alert him about the exact day of the rapture, but his skeptical mind ignored all the warnings. "Son, I fasted for 40 days, asking God to give you one more chance," his mother's heavenly voice echoed. "I spent entire nights on my knees pleading for your salvation. Even in the hospital, with cancer consuming me, I only thought about you." Marcus saw his mother in her final days, praying even in pain, begging for his soul. Marcus remembered the last conversation with his mother in the hospital. "Son, promise me you'll read the Bible." He had lied. "I promise, Mom." But he never read it. Now he understood that each of her prayers was a desperate plea for him not to be left behind. A mother's love had transcended death to save him. In the vision, American society entered total collapse. Government in panic, economy destroyed, hunger and violence in the streets. Marcus witnessed the beginning of the Great Tribulation. 7 years of indescribable horror awaited those who remained. Humanity would pay dearly for rejecting the Savior. Marcus saw shattered families, orphaned children crying for parents who disappeared, desperate husbands searching for wives who were raptured, empty churches, missing pastors, only the unbelievers remained. The despair was unbearable. It was exactly as his mother had tried to warn. Then Marcus saw something that froze his scientific blood. People standing in massive lines to receive a mark on their foreheads and right hands. It was the mark of the beast. Without it, no one could buy groceries or pay bills. The prophecy of Revelation 17 was being fulfilled literally before his eyes. In the vision, Marcus witnessed a world government forming. A charismatic leader promised peace and security, but demanded total worship. It was the Antichrist his mother had feared so much. The technology he himself had helped develop was being used to control humanity. Every equation he created served evil. Marcus woke up screaming, "No, I'm left behind! Mom, why?" Cold sweat, racing heart, trembling hands. For the first time in 42 years, this man of science cried out, "Jesus, if you exist, please, don't abandon me. Forgive my arrogance. I accept your salvation." Right there in the cold laboratory, Marcus knelt and wept like he had never wept before. "Forgive me, Lord. Forgive me, Mama. I was a fool." His tears soaked the equations as he renounced all his scientific arrogance. The most unlikely conversion was happening at that moment. Since that dawn, Marcus is a completely different man. He sold everything, left the university, and now preaches on street corners about the urgency of the rapture. He says, "I don't want anyone to go through what I saw in that dream. Jesus is coming back and time is running out." Marcus now carries his mother's photo while preaching. "This holy woman saved my soul, even after death. Her prayers broke through the veil of time." People mock, just as he used to, but Marcus doesn't waver. "Mock me, but don't mock your mother's prayers. They might be your only salvation." Marcus now sees the signs clearly. Wars, earthquakes, famines, pandemics, Israel back in their homeland, technology enabling the mark of the beast, the gospel being preached worldwide. All the signs are being fulfilled exactly as Jesus prophesied. The prophetic clock is at its final minute. Since his conversion, Marcus documents all coincidences. 922 appears everywhere. Document numbers, license plates, receipts. "God keeps showing me the date," he exclaims. "September 22nd, 2025. This date is engraved in heaven." "I was like you," Marcus shouts to scientists who listen with disdain. "I thought faith was for ignorant people." But science cannot explain a mother's love that prays beyond death, cannot explain a vision that completely changed my nature. There are things that transcend our understanding. Marcus makes a special appeal. "Mothers watching us, never stop praying for your rebellious children. My dear mother's prayer, God rest her soul, crossed dimensions to save me. Your prayers can too. Don't give up even if they mock. The power of maternal prayer is supernatural." And you, children who despise your mother's faith, listen to me, Marcus cries with a broken voice. Your mothers might be right. Don't let intellectual pride condemn you. I almost lost my soul because of arrogance. Don't make my mistake. Marcus ends his testimony with a desperate plea. If you're watching this, it's no coincidence. God is speaking to you now through the prayers of someone who loves you. Don't be stubborn like I was. Accept Jesus today. Tomorrow might be too late. The date is closer than we imagine. September 22nd, 2025, Marcus repeats obsessively. This date echoes in heaven's corridors. The angels are preparing. The trumpets are being tuned. Jesus himself is descending from the throne. We don't have much time. And you, dear viewer, after hearing this spine-chilling account, what will you do? Marcus was a skeptic. Are you one too? The ex-atheist who mocked faith now begs for your salvation. A simple mother's prayer conquered 42 years of scientific skepticism. What if? Just what if? Marcus's vivid dream about the rapture date is right. Will you be ready to ascend to God? Subscribe for more testimonies that will change your life. Share this video. Someone needs to hear this message today. And remember, pray for your children. Listen to your mothers. Time is running out.